out in front of the weather right now, and making headlines is what's happening in the Philippines. Super Typhoon Haiyan continuing to move through the Philippines with winds still at 165 miles per hour on its way to Vietnam.
The typhoon that's hit the Philippines. This is Haiyan, powerful, a super typhoon with winds 190 to 195 miles per hour when it made landfall. The strongest known cyclone to ever make landfall
Anywhere in the world. Now, so far, there are at least 4 deaths reported, but officials say that number is expected to rise significantly. The damage from Haiyan is being described as catastrophic.
Well, for more on this devastating typhoon, we're going to take you to the Philippines this morning. And joining us on the phone right now is Joe Curry with the country's Catholic Relief Services. Joe, thanks for being with us this morning. What are the impacts where you are? Tell us exactly where you are and what you've seen so far.
Yes, I'm in the island of Bohol in the central Visayas region. This is the area that had the earthquake 3 weeks ago. The typhoon passed about 60 miles north of here. The typhoon started on the eastern side in central Philippines and moved directly across west.
What kind of conditions did you experience when it went through? What kind of damage is there now?
It passed about between 7 and 10 o'clock this evening. There were heavy winds and heavy rains. Bohol, the big concern here was the mass displacement after the earthquake. There were about 350,000 people in temporary shelters and tents in the island. Fortunately, the rains were manageable. There were reports of not too much damage here in Bohol. The real concern is the areas who are in the direct path of the typhoon.
Have you been able to communicate with anyone farther south of you? Because we know communication, it seems like, has been almost cut off.
It has been largely cut off in the areas that took direct hits. So the islands of Leyte, northern Cebu, and Iloilo all took direct hits, and we've lost communication. There is some reports coming out through different humanitarian agencies and the government. It doesn't sound good, and it'll take a couple days, if not several days, to get more information.
Now, you're with the Catholic Relief Services. Can you tell us more about what your role is there?
So our role as a humanitarian agency, we work with the local church and we work with other humanitarian agencies and the government in responding to emergencies. So we're preparing now to deliver relief in the affected areas. We're waiting to send staff out, and we're mobilizing aid coming into the country.
Well, Joe Curry, thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe, and we're, of course, thinking of all of you there.
Tough to deal with that this morning in the Philippines for sure.